So now that you've positioned yourself just right, I want you to first feel the support of the ground beneath your back. Let the heaviness of your head go. Let your shoulders spill down to the floor. And then scan through the body from your feet all the way to your face, relaxing each and every bone, muscle, and tendon. Before we move any more into the meditation, I would like you to take 7 deep diaphragmatic breaths. Now that you've been taking those deep breaths to drop deeper within yourself, I want you to use the power of your imagination for this guided imagery. Use your mind's eye to picture yourself lying at the base of a waterfall. You can even imagine your legs and your feet are like the cliff from which that water is plummeting down towards the pool of your belly. Just like there's often a swimming hole at the end of a waterfall. And imagine that the clear waters are beginning to turn bright red, similar to the color of a classic red rose. Let this red water pour down upon you and through you, specifically concentrating on the legs and feet. This area that connects us to the first chakra and the element of earth. And visualize this red rush of water is providing a state of stability and groundedness, safety, and security. And then imagine on your next out breath, you're sending out a muddy color of this red, draining away with it any and all stress, tension, fatigue, or illness away. Now bring your attention into your low belly, your low back. your hips, and change the color of water to a bright orange, similar to the color of an orange peel. Sense this orange water rushing over you and through you. Representing the second chakra that gives us adaptability, the ability to go with the flow, creativity, and even sensual pleasure. And with your next out breath, allow that orange to turn a little muddy in its color, sending out and away any and all stress, tension, fatigue, or illness with it. From your mind's eye, now changing the color of that cleansing water to yellow, as bright as the sun. Let it cascade down, whirlpool in your upper belly. This place that gives us strength, confidence, resilience, and motivation to act. And on your next exhale, turn that yellow to a muddy color and send it out and away with any and all stress, tension, fatigue, or illness. Now we're going to change the color to green. A lush green like you would see in Ireland in the spring. Bring it into the chest, the heart center, and down through your arms and hands. Filling you up with benevolent and unconditional love, acceptance, compassion. Let it seep into the heart and soul. And as you exhale, send it out in a muddy form of that green, carrying with it any and all stress, tension, fatigue, or illness away from this area. Now let's shift the color to an aquamarine. As bright and as clear as the Caribbean blue sea. Let those healing waters flow down upon you and through you, bringing it towards your neck and throat, to this place where we speak and live truth. In our various ways of communication and expressing creativity. And on your next out breath, sending a muddy form of that color flow out and away, carrying with it any and all stress, tension, fatigue, or illness away. Turning those healing waters to a beautiful blue, what's calming, soothing. As blue as a beautiful blue sky. Bringing it to the face, to the brow. The place that ignites our imagination, inner awakenings, realizations, and trust in our intuition. And as you breathe out, send a muddy form of that color. Let it pour out, sending any and all stress, tension, fatigue, or illness away. Final color switching to is a royal purple. Let it plummet over the cliff. Let it be summoned down and through your body, into your crown, to the place of oneness, to the place of universal consciousness and wisdom. And flush your system as you breathe out, sending a muddy form of this color, including any and all of your stress, tension, fatigue, or illness away. And now that you've been basking underneath the waterfall with this guided imagery, imagine that your whole astral spine is lit up in this rainbow hue of colors, and recognizing that your soul inside is the pot of gold. We'll take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slide the feet down the wall or hug them in. You're gonna roll to one side of your body. And you're gonna come up to sit with your back against the wall. And you can either sit cross-legged or your legs straight. And if you're not at the wall, it's fine, just sit comfortably. We're gonna conclude this meditation by clearing the hara line. So it's like the clear crystal water that we originally saw in that visualization. So sit up nice and tall with your eyes closed. You can imagine this two different ways. The hara line is just another name for the astral spine. And instead of looking at it in 7 segments, like we just did with the energy centers, we're gonna look at it as just being a column. And so imagine that you're sitting under the waterfall and that clear waters are pouring down through your crown and moving straight down the hara line, rushing and pouring and cascading in front of the spine and moving out through the pelvic floor and back into the earth. Continue to visualize this as you breathe. And imagine that it's carrying with it any and all debris. Imagine the water's rushing no more, as if it were dried up. And now it's just a bright, white light. Let's join the hands together. May our hora line be cleansed. May our chakras be cleansed and unified. And may we recognize the value and the worth from the inside. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May there be peace, peace, everlasting peace. And may we be an instrument of that peace. Namaste. Thanks, God.